You better change into your favourite outfit because we're going to have you on camera tonight. Coming up on Sputnik Network Television, the movie. I'm Tony James and welcome to the show. On tonight's show we've got origami update, sock news, got a few socks here, a special film guest and the Peruvian Film Awards. But first, let's take a look at a clip from one of my favourite movies at the moment, which I've actually got a vested interest in. Go ahead, Ferris.
How could I possibly be expected to handle school on a day like this? This is my 9th sick day this semester. It's getting pretty tough coming up with new illnesses. If I go for 10, I'm probably going to have to barf up a lung. So I better make this one count. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. I do have a test today. It's on European socialism. I mean, really, what's the point? I'm not European. I don't plan on being European. So who gives a crap if they're socialists? They could be fascist anarchists. It still wouldn't change the fact that I don't own a car. It's not that I condone fascism, or any ism for that matter. Isms, in my opinion, are not good. A person should not believe in an ism. He should believe in himself. I quote John Lennon, "I don't believe in Beatles, I just believe in me." A good point there. After all, he was the walrus. I could be the walrus. I'd still have to bum rides off of people.
Okay, well, as you can see, we at Sputnik Television got a special interest in that movie, being as they're playing our record, Love Missile F-111, behind that clip. And later on, I'll be speaking to Jennifer Grey, who also stars in that film with Matthew Broderick. And she's going to be in the Sputnik interrogation chamber. Be with her in a while. Well, listen, I sniggered all the way through that movie the other night when I saw it, and if you, like us here at Sputnik Television, have the attitude of a 14-year-old juvenile delinquent, then I'm sure you'll appreciate the Sputnik Designer Violence Top 10 movies, our favourite films of all time. Number 1, Clockwork Orange, great film. Number 2, Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger at his best, I think. 3, Scarface. Number 4, we got Dirty Harry. Number 5, Blade Runner. Number 6, Rambo. Number 7, Mad Max. Number 8, Miami Vice. Number 9, The A-Team. And number 10, Escape from New York. Hang on one second. Hello there.
Hi, this is Johnny Carson.
Johnny, listen, you have to stop ringing me here. Honestly, I know you have your own chat show, right? You have your own chat show, right? You can't come on mine. I'm sorry. Don't call me at the office again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, listen. If you've seen the Sigue Sputnik video, you'll have noticed quite an influence of those films. By the way, a lot of people have asked me, what does designer violence mean? Which is one of the catchphrases. Well, it's the kind of violence where helicopters or cars explode in glorious slow motion and no one ever gets hurt. Okay, coming up, the interview with our star guest and the usual news, views, bias, bigotry, and a load of videos, and even more smoke. See you later. See you later, 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 see you later. Film night. And coming up in the programme, Athlete's Foot, chemotherapy, was Shakespeare a Peruvian, and more humiliation and embarrassment for our guest victim. The station you can trust. And listen, just because you're having a good time at home, don't forget Mars Aid. Remember, Martian children need your help. And also, let me stress that the recent 10-page expose in Spin magazine accusing Sputnik of siphoning off essential hairsprays and claiming that the aid isn't reaching the people, I want to tell you, this is just not true. You certainly won't be seeing 5 million cans of hairspray rotting on any Martian docks with this operation. Remember, Mars Aid, every can counts. So keep those hairsprays and lipsticks flooding in. We need your help. Okay, well, we're real pleased to have with us tonight Jennifer Grey, who stars with Matthew Broderick in the film Ferris Bueller's Days Off. How are you doing, Jennifer?
All right.
All right, you're looking very suspicious at this television set here.
Yeah, it's a decent, I think.
Listen, 2 girls on the way to the studio today. I said to them, what question would you ask Jennifer if you could? And they all squealed in unison, what was it like working with Matthew Broderick? So what was it like?
Well, it was pretty great. It's really good to work with good actors because it makes you look good, and you know, it's good that way. And he's one of those few actors around these days, I think, it's really good and very generous. Yeah.
Did you have to ad-lib much on the film, or was it all kind of scripted?
Well, that's the way John works a lot. He does a lot of improvisation, and he really creates an atmosphere, a real collaborative atmosphere, so that everyone feels like you don't censor yourself. You basically say whatever it is, you know, whatever ideas you have, and he either takes them or doesn't. But
right.
Yeah.
Another question a lot of people keep asking me is, do you know David Lee Roth very well?
Very close personal friend.
That's what I was hoping.
Like this.
Okay, listen, coming up in Sputnik Network Television, we're going to be back to Jennifer, and coming up soon, the origami update, Bob Dylan's joke book, and the Prince speech therapy lesson. All this and more on the station you can trust, Sputnik Network Television, here with Tony James. We'll be back in a while. Here come some videos. First, art and rock. When bands want to grab some real art for their album jacket, we got a few here, illustrations of that. The Beatles' most famous one, Sgt. Pepper, was painted or put together by Peter Blake, famous artist. Let me see the Beatles pick, guys. There it goes. And the pick. Okay, I'll just check in. Oh, and they have the album cover. Good. That's the famous Sgt. Pepper one, done by Peter Blake. Next person who grabbed a piece of art was Blondie, with a solo album cover, done by Geiger. Kind of like that one. And what else we got here? Bowie. Oh, yes, he used famous artist for his Scary Monsters one. Of course, I can't remember who it was, but sorry about that to the artist. And who else? Ramones. They're one of the first guys who used graffiti art on the cover of their record. And other people used graffiti art. Well, I guess The Clash brought it to everybody's attention. And the man who put together their logo for one of their earlier records was Futura 2000. And here he is in the studios. Surprise, surprise. Futura, how you doing?
Okay, Tony, how are you?
See him. So what are you going to paint for us tonight?
Well, you know, shapes, colors.
Yeah. Uh-huh. What have you been doing over the last few months?
I've been painting. Been a father.
Uh-huh. Does being a father help you paint?
Yeah, it does. Keeps
It
me
helps?
working, yeah.
Yeah, keeps you working, right? More
Yeah.
mouths to feed. Listen, one thing I always want to ask you, Futura, what kind of paint's the best paint to stay on? I mean, they tell me stolen paint's better.
Well, it's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Yeah.
This is the stuff. Well, good tip for you at home. Okay, listen, we're going to get back to Futura, talk to him longer later, and now, well, you guessed it, more videos. Coming up, video from the diminutive Howard Jones, and, well, I guess a bunch more as well. We'll see you in a while. Sputnik Network Television. You're watching Sputnik Network Television. I'm Tony James, and tonight, Art Night. Coming up on the show, how to learn to paint the Mona Lisa in 10 minutes. Should be an interesting one. Bugging theory and the usual news and biased views. Sputnik Network Television tonight, Art Night. Tony James speaking. Okay, art always present in rock and roll. Art school groups, art on sleeves, art real important. Probably everybody knows about Andy Warhol and Velvets and I guess the psychedelic art of the 60s and, well, the glam trash art of the 70s. But now, street art and rock and roll, I think, really met when the spray can became the art man's guitar. You could just pick it up and go. Just like forming a group, really. Huge. How did you first start spray painting?
Well, I started painting subways, and, you know, it's just started learning, actually, how to paint with a completely new medium, and, like you said, it just took off.
How do you find now painting on canvas? Now you're like a famous subway artist. I mean, you find it better painting on canvas than on trains?
Well,
I mean, there isn't the fear of getting caught. I mean, is that a help?
you know, I mean, to me, I think that no matter how many paintings I've done and how many paintings I've sold, I don't get the same thrill as seeing, you know, like a complete subway car painted, you know.
Right, seeing it go by.
Yeah, seeing people see it go by. And,
Right. Yeah, I kind of wondered how you felt just hanging in some guy's house, whether that's just not the same as having it, you know.
no, it's not the same because, you know, the people think that once they bought the, you know, your artwork, they think they know you, and and they don't really, you know. They just sort of assume, I don't know, they make assumptions.
Right. So, oh, that's looking good. Actually see it on the monitor here now. Well, listen, we're going to have to go back for the videos, I'm afraid, to pad the show out, and the art's going to continue a bit later. And that promised traffic update. We'll be back soon. Sputnik Network Television, Tony James. You're watching and you're believing in Sputnik Network Television. This is Tony James. Coming up, paint to make you faint. Traffic news, Mars 8 update, and rock and roll news, views, and bias. Here, Sputnik Network Television. We'll be back. You're watching Sputnik Network Television, the station that cares about your education, the station that helps increase your self-awareness, and the station that you at home are going to fall in love with. And who knows, tonight you may even want to pick up a paintbrush, take up that spray can. You may even want to pick up an arc welder or a chisel or a sheet of plastic and get art attack. But do you wear the right sneakers? Listen, Futura, Shakespeare once said, sneakers maketh an artist. What kind of footwear are we talking about here on the man today?
Well, today, unfortunately, I haven't got my sneakers on, but I am wearing some Italian bicycle shoes.
And these are key items, I imagine.
For me right now, they're very, you know, they're like the quintessential item right now.
Right. So what kind of like main man brands are like the artists wearing these days?
I have to say Adidas is top up there, Nike.
Right. So
You know,
what does Fila mean to you?
Fila? Well, Fila is sort of the street Gucci of 1986. It's like the new thing to have. You
Right.
gotta have something Fila or you're not really, you know, accepted in the social set. But I've boycotted Fila. I won't wear anything Fila.
Hang on, it could be Mr. Fila on the phone. Just hang on 1 second here. Hello?
Right, listen, look. Matisse never wore sneakers.
Listen, Matisse never wore sneakers. Listen, let me tell you, right, I happen to know that Matisse was definitely an Adidas man, and we have that on very good authority. Anyway, okay, now, for the fast getaway, sneakers, right, and for part of the performance, it's really important, escaping, fast on the feet. But, I mean, you have to run away much these days, Future, when you're painting?
Not at all.
Not at all. The man is home style. You paint at home?
I paint at home. I have a, you know, reasonable studio space at home.
Right, so not wearing out the shoes anymore. Okay, listen, we're going to be back to Future in a while, and with the sneaker quiz a bit later on in the program. So, you know, let's go back to some more videos. Come on, I'll let you do some. Hey, he looks great in the box there. I'm looking the wrong way. Network television for the committed TV watcher. And you may be if you watch too much of this. Okay, Paint It Black by the Rolling Stones, Paint Me Down by Spandau Ballet. None of these in the next 15. 5,000 bread rolls. Yep, sure, listen, there's hungry people on this mountain. What do you mean you only set for 5? Listen, if I was Johnny Carson, there'd be 5,000 steaming pizzas here right now ready to eat. Huh. Can never get anything together. I mean, we wouldn't have this trouble. Listen, you're watching Sputnik Network Television. Sorry about the luncheon order there. And this is Tony James. We're going to... Yes?
Hi, Pizza City here. I've got 5,000 pizzas for Mr. Carson.
5,000 pieces for Mr. Carson. Get out of here. Right, OK. Sorry about that. Right, let's get back onto art. Right, now, coming up on the telly, honestly, it's going to come up across... Yeah, here it comes. Don't worry, guys. OK, the inevitable always happens. Rock stars who have their album covers always want to get in on the act, and eventually they want to paint their own jackets. So who's been painting their own jackets of their album covers? Well, Joni Mitchell, famous one, painted the sleeve for her Court and Spark album. Let's see the picture of Joni. God. Do we see pictures of Joni? No, we don't. Oh, there she is. Well done. Sorry, guys. OK. And who else? Bob Dylan. Yeah, there's a man who did his own cover for his self-portrait album. John Entwistle of The Who painted the Who by Numbers cover. And Fabby Ringo Dingo of the Beatles, well, he got into the act by designing furniture. see Ringo? Okay, we haven't got any pictures of Ringo. That's not surprising me. Oh, was that Ringo? Looked like John Entwistle. I know. Listen, you can't see nothing through these glasses. Hey, okay, I'm here. Okay. Hey, listen, Futura. You fancy being a rock star? I mean, you're a man who's already got art down, right? I mean, music could be next. Hey, you made a record, didn't you?
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Oh, we don't talk about the record. So, you want to be a rock star, or what?
Not really, no.
Not really. Hey, what's it like having a manager now? I mean, 1 minute on the street painting, just having cops chasing you. Next minute, main man with a manager. How's that feel?
Well, I mean, on the serious side, you know, the security is nice. I mean, at least you know someone is sort of looking after your interest or
Right.
their interest. I don't know, but
Right.
no, it's you know, I mean, dealers are very important people in the art world.
Seems real funny, doesn't it? Graffiti artists with dealers. Well, I don't know. Okay, what's coming up next? Paranoia Hour, that should be interesting. A Peru planner, and, well, we got 5,000 pizzas to give away. More of me, Tony James, on Sputnik Network Television, coming up soon. Here comes some video padding. Special Paranoid Hour. This is Tony James speaking to you. Now, a short look at how to make your friends totally anxious, featuring SSS paranoia tips, and including how to give your enemies shingles. And we'll be telling you how to deal with bad press. But first, conspiracy, it's a hard word to say. Conspiracy theories. You know, when we had, everybody knows all these theories about, you know, Vietnam and the Kennedy assassin and, you know, how Marilyn Monroe was, you know, killed by somebody else. Well, there's the things we're going to be talking about later. And do you notice something fun in your set then? Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Well, anyway, listen, as well as that, News of the Undead, Brian Jones, picture, Jim Morrison, picture, haha, missed, right? Brian Jones, Jim Morrison, and Jimi Hendrix. Tonight it's called Beat the Control Room, by the way, and we're going to be seeing who can get the pictures up quickest, and Jimi Hendrix. Are they really dead? And, you know, how can you spot when a performer is really dead? I mean, people are always saying, no, these people are not really dead. All these things we'll be talking about in the next hour. Well, actually, we're going to be talking about them while you're watching the videos. In fact, I'm going to be talking to them with your friends, talking about you to your friends while you're watching the videos. So, you know, I'd phone your friends. Make sure they're in. Okay. Oh, coming up, late news flash. I've just been handed. What we got? Oh yeah, we're told that lead singer Meat Rack of top group Meatley Crew, and he was the guy we had in the studio a few days ago, has actually really been dead for the last 3 years, and apparently no one had really noticed. Even his lovely girlfriend. Something funny going on again there. Okay, Futura, how are we getting on with the painting? Let's have a look.
Put a little color in
Show the people
here.
at home. Show the people at home. Oh, right, thank you. Oh yeah, it's looking cool. Listen, any other fashion tips for the get-ahead artist?
Fashion tips?
Yeah, I mean, you know, what's a man got to do to get ahead these days in the art world?
You know, I'd say start by wearing one of my T-shirts this summer. Yeah, it's going to be a hit for 86.
All right. Futura 2000 T-shirts, that's a good idea. How do you think
I got one for you, Tony.
Okay, we'll be getting those. And what else helps? Hanging outside the Museum of Modern Art? Facing Guernica? That's always an advantage, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
Glad to see that one.
make sure you don't go with Tony, that's all. Not you, Tony. That's a personal joke. You know what I mean.
I know who you mean. Your man, Tony Giafrazzi.
That's right.
Yep, godfather of graffiti artists.
Sorry, Tony.
Okay, listen, we're going to be talking about all those paranoia tips while you're watching these videos that are coming up on your screen right now. Keep going, Futura. We'll be back.
Okay.
Rodster. Watching Sputnik Network Television, the station that creeps to groups, loves all their videos, never steps out of line, and above all, loves everybody at MTV. This is a special creepy broadcast of New Attitude. In-depth refrigerator. Oh, hang on, hey, leave the door open. Excuse me. Thanks. Right, okay, tonight's special broadcast. Refrigerator special event with live phone outs. Plus, I'll be talking to the men in the shops who sell you records, the guys that sell you your records. And I can asking them what they think about you at home. And, of course, our regular up-to-the-minute look at the place where it's really happening, Peru. Sputnik TV research teams have scoured the Amazon to find fresh facts about Peruvian fashion, cookery and high society. Hey, did someone turn the heating up in here? OK, well, first, another exclusive from Sputnik Network Television. We're going to bring you the world's first concrete appeal. Listen, forget all those drabby 70s causes like Greenpeace and get where it's really at. Let's join the concrete movement. And we're going to be lobbying TV for some of the following things. I'm hoping to get hold of a concrete national park, which will be completely bird-free, and some replicas of famous landmarks to be built in concrete. And we're also going to be lobbying for a 50-mile wide concrete grey zone around all major cities to halt the spread of disease-carrying trees. I'm also going to be announcing the first National Concrete Awards, so you can vote for the first rock singer constructed in concrete, the top car park design, and the best green-free children's play area, and a special award for the first new song written about concrete. So, vote now. OK, so coming up in tonight's show, within the hour, refrigerators of the rich and famous. I'll be talking to top people live and discover what they've got in their refrigerators. So stay tuned with us at Sputnik Network Television. Now, what have we got coming up, guys? I'd go make the tea if I were you. Tony James, and you're watching Sputnik Network Television. Tonight, what's in your refrigerator? And don't look if you're not famous, but stay tuned for news, views, bias and bigotry. Plus some music. We're watching you. You're watching Sputnik Network Television. I'm Tony James. OK, well, welcome to our special event tonight, Refrigerators of the Rich and Famous. Now, by talking to these people, I plan to reveal all sorts of secrets about their personalities. And we're going to be phoning in on this line, and here we have the first guest. Hello? Hi, you're live on Sputnik Network Television. Who is it?
Oh my God, I'm on TV!
Yeah, you are. This is Tony James. You're on Refrigerators of the Rich and Famous. Who is this, please? This isn't Prince, is it?
No. Oh my God!
Things like I think we have a wrong number. I think we're going to get back to them. Get someone a bit more sensible on the line. OK, let's get on with the interview. Come on, guys, please make the thing move up a bit further. That's brilliant. Right. OK, live in the studio tonight, we have Steve from a record store. Well, a record store that we can't name. Steve, how you doing?
Okay, Tony.
Glad you could be here tonight.
Right, yeah, happy.
Hey, listen, Steve, what's in your fridge at home?
See, what do I got? At least a case of good suds, and I think that's about it. It's all I have to live on.
That's all you have to live on? And you're making such a lot of money out of this record store?
You got it. You know the business, Tony.
Listen, how did you first get into this business? They told me that before you owned a record store, you were a business advisor at Watergate. Is that true?
I'll deny those charges, Tony, but, you know, I got in this business just the way anybody else did. I don't think I really have to go into heavy explanation. How did you get started?
No need to get aggressive, Steve. Listen, hang on, I'm doing the interview here. All right, listen, one of the things I wanted to ask you here, Steve, is what do Dire Straits fans really look like when they come in and buy those records? Are we talking about funny-looking people or straight people?
They wear a lot of headbands.
A lot of headbands?
Yeah.
And you sell headbands in your store?
Well, yeah, ones that's marked with Dire Straits on it, they sell quite well.
Right.
Just like with heavy metal and the spiked wrists. Bracelets.
All right, well, listen, we're going to be coming back to Steve in a while, and coming up again, I hope, a sensible call on Refrigerators of the Rich and Famous. And we'll be coming up with, well, loads more of the usual stuff that you expect from us here on Sputnik Network Television. Coming up, more videos. Sputnik. Hi, this is Tony James on Sputnik Network Television. We're watching you. Coming up next, Bono's Cadillac collection, Peruvian update, and the Icebox. You're watching Sputnik Network Television. This is Tony James. And waiting back for Combination Night, Icebox Special, plus a look at the guys who run record stores. And we're going to go back to Steve from a famous record store that I can't name. Steve, we were talking about fans earlier, people that come into your store to buy records. What would you say Bob Dylan fans look like? I mean, I heard most of them come in on their knees because they're so humble. Is that true?
A lot on their knees, and the Bob Dylan look is back in. Curly hair and dark sunglasses. So,
how about Barry Manilow fans? What do they look like?
Don't see to a lot of polyester.
A lot of polyester. Yeah. What about hardcore fans? You let them in your store?
Oh, sure. Actually, they're our best buyers. They dress kind of loud, I guess, like the music. Nice hairdos and nice heavy boots.
Yeah. Much cool for Sigue Sputnik records. Massive, I imagine.
No, it's all they buy.
Overrun, top buy. That's what I like to hear. And it's the next caller on refrigerators of the rich and famous. Let's see who we have on the line today. Hello. Hello, Katrina. It's Katrina from Katrina and the Waves, and you're on Refrigerators of the Rich and Famous. Nice of you to have the guts to call us, Katrina.
This is crazy. I've never heard of this before. I mean, next you'll be wanting to know what's in my underwear.
Well, we could talk about that later when we finish the show. Listen, Katrina, what do you keep in your refrigerator? Interesting things, I imagine.
Well, the most important thing is that Arm & Hammer baking soda, because that cancels out all the other smells of the fungus and the green stuff that grows inside there.
Right.
The really important thing is Vlasic brand pickled onions. Absolutely, and you can use these for a number of purposes. You can actually stick them in your clothes, and they act like mothballs, and they weed out moths and rats and mice. And they're very good for putting in martinis. The other important thing that I have in my refrigerator are green olives with Spanish olives, that is. Fresh red pimentos on the inside. So that tells you I'm a martini drinker.
Right. What about?
I certainly am.
Do you keep many waves? Is it Katrina and the Waves or Katrina and the Wavers?
Katrina and the Waves. Where have you been for the last year, you
I just wondered. My lawyer told me it was Katrina and the Wavers. Oh well.
You're English. That's your problem.
I know. Listen, it's great for you to call us, and thanks for being on Sputnik Network Television. And let's hope we speak to you again.
Alrighty. Hey, I wanted to know if I can get some advertising time on your new record.
Sure you can.
Okay.
All you ever need is money, and you got it.
Right. I want to
speak
do
to you
a jingle
soon.
for Katrina and the Waves.
Okay, darling. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. Well, what a sport. Right. Let's get back to Steve there. Steve, what are we talking about? Nothing very interesting, probably.
Oh, yeah, just the type of people that come into the stores, Tony.
Steve, all right, listen, we're going to get back to you when you're a bit funnier, Steve.
Okay.
And I think, we tried to get Billy Idol, but he wouldn't call up on the phone, unfortunately. So we have to fill up some more stuff talking to Steve. Okay, coming up a bit later, a special book preview special here on Sputnik Network Television. And thank you again to Katrina from Katrina and the Waves for calling us. Coming up, videos from Kenny Loggins, The Bangles, and Love and Money. I know you're going to love them. Sputnik Network Television. We're going to get back to Steve, asking some more penetrating questions. Steve, still here?
Yeah, still here, Tony.
Let me see you then. Where are you? Oh, there is our man. Steve, how's it going with the sales of compact discs in the store these days?
Quite well. I don't think people are buying them because of the quality. I think they like the way it looks, you know, the shininess to it, the colors.
Right, I buy loads of them as well. Another thing I always wanted to ask you, what's the most lavish package a record company's ever given you to try and induce you to sell more singles? I mean, people are always saying, no, record companies give away, like, freebies. You know, had anything special given to you?
Well, gee, Tony,
I mean, you can say no one's watching.
Well, there's one, especially for, as a matter of fact, I think for your record, we plan on giving away a night out with at least 20 girls and skimpy outfits with the tassels and the work. So
right.
We're working on a big contest right now, but with your record packaging, you're in the forefront.
Good. That's what I like to hear. Listen.